Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we have Hermes. I have Hermes on the eyes, I have Hermes on the face, I have Hermes on my lips. So today the focus is the limited edition Ombre de Hermes eyeshadow. This is Ombres Optiques. Now the color story is very interesting. I have seen this color story actually a couple of different times. Guerlain has done it. I believe Chanel has done it, Dior has done it way back. What this really is two different tones that oppose one another. The purple shade in here and the gray shade in here have this coolness to it. The teal shade in here and the gold shade in here have a warmth to them. And because of that, they play off one another very well. You can, if you want a contrasting color story, take, say, the purple and the gold, or you could take the gray and the teal. If you want something that's tone on tone, you take the gray and the purple, which you'll see me put on my eyes in just a second. So this gives a eclectic and creative way to use the colors. This is something that Hermes does actually quite often. This is not unusual for Hermes, but this is more contrasting than many of them. So I wanted to show you, like, this is number 4. This is is it Marines? Yes, Marines. And you have that blue shade and that deep blue shade in there, and I will show you those compared to this teal. And then you have the vegetables, that's what I call it, quad as well. And so you have, you know, a green shade and a teal shade and then a black shade and a gold. So it's something that Hermes has played around with, but they haven't had something as contrasting as this one. And you know, it can look a little scary when you see those types of shades all together, but I can honestly tell you that this is a really beautiful, really stunning quad. All right, so first of all, this is the blue from the Marines, which is one of my favorite blues of all time. It's very much like the Dior Riviera blue. It's a stunning blue. And here's the green from the vegetables, as I call it. And then here we have the new teal shade, and you'll see that it's almost a perfect blending of the two. So here's the Marines, here's the vegetables, and here's the new one, where you get this true bluish green, this teal color. I mean, technically this is probably more teal. This is probably more blue, and there's probably a name for it, a particular name for it that I'm not thinking of right now. As you can probably tell, I'm a little bit sick, so I have a cold. This combination, like I said, can be tone on tone, or it can be eclectic. When you do a tone on tone look, so you'll see me putting this on my eyes with the gray and the purple. This would be more of a couture, elegant, quiet luxury kind of look, because the idea is to take something like a tan, a chocolate brown, and a burnt umber outfit and put them all together. The tones are the same. It's the same idea for your eye. So those types of looks, the grays and the purples, that's going to give you more of that. If you took the gray and put the blue on the outside of the eye, it's more contrasting, and that's why I put it underneath the eye as an eyeliner. It also brightens up your eye so that you can see that you can work the two together. But when you do that, that is more of a avant-garde look. It's a little bit more modern. It's a little bit more floral. It has a little bit more of a look at me type of vibe, which again is not good or bad. It depends on your style, depends on your attitude, depends on your wardrobe, your color wardrobe. Now the gold shade in here is very bright and very shimmery, and compared to some of the other quads that Hermes has done, to give you an idea, pull it out of the Marine so you can see the shiny shades in here. That is the one in the Marines. It's one of the Marines is like one of my favorite. I love that one. And then the vegetables, as I call it, which has more of that yellow. And then in the new one, it's almost, and not exactly, but it's almost a combination of the two. But it's very sparkly. It's not as opaque as the one in the Marines. It's definitely more of a topper. And you get this beautiful shimmery look when you use it. Now, it can be built, okay? So if you want to build a shade like that, I would either use your finger, which definitely works, a glue stick, which we've talked about. I call them glue sticks, but basically a way to get something on your eye that the shadow will stick to. And you definitely want to use a brush, like a Kolinsky brush, something that will pick up a lot of pigment and hold on to it. And you can build this to be a brighter yellow shade, golden shade. But to do that, like I said, you want to build, you want to pack, you want to use your fingers, you want to use a brush that allows you to do something like that, you want to use a glue stick. Any of those things, or all of those things, will help you achieve this type of look. Now you'll notice when I do this, because of the way I'm placing it, it actually also almost changes the shape of my eye because it's drawing the attention inward. Hermes does a fantastic job with its makeup. I think that this is, again, another excellent quad by them. The interesting thing about this one, of course, is the price point. When I purchased this, I believe it was $121. Now, I am going to have a video, whether it's a live video or a recorded video, I'm not sure yet because I'll be traveling soon, about Louis Vuitton, because we definitely need to talk about that. But what I will say is that $121 is quite a bit of money for eyeshadows, where the packaging is nice, but it's still plastic and, you know, it's refillable, and I do like that. But this may be something where you say, you know, that's not what I'm willing to pay. There are, of course, sales. This is limited edition. I don't know if they'll be available for sales. You know, it's always a toss-up with products that are limited edition. But I will say this, if you take the price out of it for a moment, which I know is very hard to do, this is one of my favorite formulas. I really love the Hermes eyeshadows. I think they're excellent. I think they blend beautifully. I think they do exactly what they're supposed to do. I think they're curated in a way to make them fun. I think some are more easier to use for every day than others. I think each can be used by itself. You know, these are really excellently made product. The formula is good. The shimmery shades are buildable. The matte shades are smooth. The satin shades are not too shimmery to, you know, I mean, they're really well done for what they are. But again, the price point reflects that. So, and I'm absolutely aware of that. So I never want to say to anyone, you know, just disregard the price. Like I did a second ago, I'm just saying, if you're just evaluating the formula, when you're buying makeup, when you're buying anything, you have to take, of course, the price into consideration. So for me, these are some of my, like, I really like the Hermes quads. I think they're fantastic. I love the formulas. I love using them. I think the color stories are really fun and creative, but they're not going to be for everybody because there's a lot of people out there, and I totally get this, that just want a neutral tone-on-tone look for all the shades, or they want something, let's say, like Brown Cashmere from Dior, which is one of my favorite quads of all time, actually. But it's something that, you know, will work with practically any color that you're wearing clothing-wise. It works with practically any skin tone and hair combination, eye combination, because the browns in there and the cream in there are shades that work for a lot of people. It might not be the best color on you, it might not be the most flattering colors on you, but they probably work on you. They probably aren't something that you find distasteful, because just, you know, how we see color, those colors are considered neutrals. So if you're somebody who's like that, and that's all you're going to wear, if you're only going to wear pinks and browns, which is totally valid, the Hermes is probably not for you. Prada is probably not for you. If you're somebody who likes to play around a little bit with color, if you're somebody who likes to have a shade like this teal blue in here that you can, you know, use as a liner or use as an accent or use all over your eye if you're so inclined, and like marine, that blue is one of your favorites. If you like a topper that like this one, but that can be built into something that looks like this, I think this is an excellent choice. I did buy the satin lipstick that goes with this collection, the one with little circles on it. I do not have it yet. When I have it, I will talk about it, and I'll definitely do another look with this quad. For this review, I wanted to do all 4 colors so you could see it. This is kind of like the Mardi Gras color story. I always call it that. The Guerlain quad, that's what it brings to mind. The purple, the green, the gold. But I will say, like, I think the way that Hermes did it is much more wearable than practically anyone else I've ever seen, because the shades are very blendable, and the purple's not a super strong purple. It's more of this satiny purple. The gold is, like I said, it can just be a topper. The blue that's in here, the blue, green, teal, is something that is very strong and a standout, but the gray in here is very subdued. So I think they work very, very well together. The shade that comes with it, the lipstick, that's a satin, is Rose Mauve, which I think will probably work well with this color story. So we'll see. So when I get that, I will do a look with it where it's much more tone on tone and much more subdued. So you guys can see what that looks like. I don't think it's available, the eyeshadow, as I record this. I think it is sold out, but Macy's has an exclusive on a lot of products, actually, early releases. Things like the Chanel Blue perfume for men, the Hermes, and there's been some other things too that they've had early. So I would say that I would guess September 1. Of course, when I will be traveling, because it just worked out that way, Labor Day weekend. We're going to see a lot of these things drop. I will make sure that I keep an eye out for things, and we'll hopefully have Wi-Fi where I am in Wyoming. I don't know about that though. We'll see. So that I can post if it pops up so you guys can see it. So I'd love to hear your thoughts, whether this is a color story you're interested in picking up, your thoughts on the price increase for this. And like I said, I will definitely be having a video where we talk about Louis Vuitton. There's so much to talk about. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye.